I ran across a video. It's an old video I had on my Instagram, and somebody just recently liked it and commented on it, and it brought it back into my, and I went and looked at that video. I think it's not a video I did. It's a video that I recorded from somebody else, and they did, and I just posted it because it had a lot of messages in it. Um, and like I said, I just ran into the video because somebody, when somebody liked and commented, it showed in your notifications. So I went and looked at it and listened to the video, and I'm like, man, it's crazy that the thing that he's saying is so true. And but also, for the people who know that listen to the channel that know me, but if you don't know, you just seeing this channel in your feed or whatever. I'm a life coach, right? And I had a client. I had a session today with a client, female client, and she asked, and she wanted advice on this situation that she was dealing with, and it's so funny. It's crazy. I think it worked because I had that session today with her, and that's right around the time when I seen it. Well, no, I think this was after that, but I seen this video. And her question for me was a very simple question. It seemed simple, but it was hard. It was hard for her, but it was very simple to me. I'm 35. And she was a little younger. But the question was, she's dating a guy, and he is a great guy. Great, everything you want in a guy, looks, fine, everything. He's a great guy. But is an issue she had with him, and the issue that she had with him is he smoked marijuana. So she was asking me, what would my advice be on that situation? Do I think that she should move forward with that relationship, or do I think that she should separate herself from that dude? He's a good dude. He listens to her. He's perfect, pretty much perfect guy, but that's the only issue she had with him. And this was my take, because as a life coach, I tell people all the time, my job is not to lie to you. My job is not to tell you what to do. But as with anything that requires a coach, the coach's job is to, if it's a team, he got to see who is good at what, who bad at what, and bring them together and play off their strengths and not their weaknesses, and make them play together as a unit. And my job as a life coach is to take the things in your life, unpack them and hand them back to you packaged, in a way that you can deal with it, in a way that can make you be successful in your life. My job is not to lie to you. My job is not to ponder to you or coddle you. We know some life coaches do that, and they may be successful than me. That's cool, but it ain't gonna sit right with my spirit to lie to somebody when I know I'm giving them bad advice. So my main thing is always to give them good advice, whether it's relationship advice, financial advice, religious advice, whatever advice it is. If I'm equipped to give it to them, I give it to them. If I'm not, I tell them to go somebody else. Maybe I refer them, or I just point them in the right direction, because I can't help everybody, right? But so, like I said, I didn't tell her what to do, but I said, listen. And sometimes I like to use myself. Um, and I'm saying all that before this video I want to play, because I'm gonna play this video, and after the video I'm gonna give more commentation. But um, I a lot of time use myself as an example, right? I'm a 35-year-old man. I believe in dating only black women. That's all I believe in. If you want to know why, I got a channel on why I'm against interracial relationships on my channel. Go check it out. Um, and I love black women. I understand that they got their issues. We got our issues. Um, but the reason why they got these MGTOWs, the reason why they got all these black women and black men making podcasts, and the reason, to make it long story short, the reason why we have the gender war foolishness that we have going on in our community, the only community that's doing that. Everybody else in every other community, they find somebody they love and feed their soul. They marry them, they create generational wealth and raise their family. That's what everybody else doing, while we arguing with our women arguing with us, right? And the reason that is because what this brother is about to say in this video, it's things that we don't like in people. Now, I'm not saying people should be perfect, right? But it's things in our life that we don't like. It's things in people's life that we don't like, and it's big things. I'm not saying, okay, if you dating a guy and he's just one of those type of guy, he don't really have no, he not a good, he don't dress well. He got, he got money and everything, but he just don't dress well. He don't have, he can fix that. He can get a stylist. Y'all can work to, you can teach him, well, baby, this look cute with this, and vice versa. A woman, let's say for your woman, she can't cook. These are things that can be fixed. These are small things that you can compromise if you meet a good person. They feed your soul. That's one of our main problem. We in our community, black community, and now, like I say, is a lot of interracial marriages and reproduction going on, which I don't support, because every time we reproduce with another race, we watering the bloodline down, we compromising the bloodline. We need to keep our bloodline strong by reproducing with our black women and our women reproducing with us as black men. And in order for that to happen, because like I always said, like I said in the video I said earlier, listen, all that stuff we talking about, black ownership, black rulership, none of that's gonna happen until we bring back the nuclear family, right? It's not gonna happen with single daddies, single fathers. Single mothers. It's gonna happen when we come back together and bring our families back into the nuclear family, mothers and fathers. All this co-parenting and baby mama, baby dad, that until we get rid of that, we can't move forward doing nothing positive as a whole. Like I said, it's gonna be families in the black community that create generational wealth, but we have to create generational wealth as a race, so we can help each other out like everybody else doing, not comparing ourselves. But I would if a child say something that makes sense, I'll listen to it. So these other races make sense when they create generational wealth, not just for their particular family, but for their bloodline. They get in positions so they can perform nepotism for their own people, right? They while we trying to go play basketball, and we trying to do all this other stuff, they trying to be a judge, they trying to be a lawyer, they trying to be police, so they can help their people when it's time for that to happen, which is every day. But anyway, going back to the original subject. So, it's things that when you dating somebody, instead of having this list that's unrealistic for men and for women, if you meet a woman, brother, and she got a few kids, but she love you, feed your spirit, you need to move forward with that woman. Stop listening to these dudes on podcasts talking about how, oh man, don't marry no woman with kids. Marrying a woman with kids can have its ups and it can have its downs. I don't think LeBron James' daddy is, it's the step dude, LeBron James' stepdaddy, that raised him. I don't think he's complaining right now. We can go on and on. There's a lot of these young men in the NFL, and there's a lot of people that made it famous with stepfathers. Now, for me, I'm not that big on being a stepfather. That's not something that I really want to do, and I got my reasons for that. But at the end of the day, if I meet a good woman that I know God's son into my life, I don't care if she got 40 kids. I'm going to be with that woman and marry that woman and love that woman and love her children as well. Now, we got to stop this. And then women, oh, he got to do this. He got to look like this. He got to wear this. He got to drive this. You better find a good man. Now, I ain't telling you they no bum now, ladies. But you need to find a good man that's able to take care of you and him. And if you got kids, hey, you got to find, you know what I'm saying? But find you a man that love you and feed your spirit and move forward. Create generational wealth, right? Bring back black love. Make black love great again. But we can't do that because, once again, in this situation with this young lady, she think that, like she said, the man is a good guy, but she's not good. She's not with the smoking weed. Okay, so let's talk about the weed situation. Let's talk about why I told it to her, and when we need to know when something is something that we can compromise and when something is something that's a deal breaker. In my opinion, first and foremost, and I'm gonna make I got a video I've been cooking up on that about marijuana in the black community. Of course, I do not support it, but I want to say this here. For me, dating a woman who smoked marijuana is a deal breaker. And like I said, not always, but sometimes when I'm dealing with my client, like I said, I don't tell them what to do, but I give them my best advice on whatever we dealing with. And sometimes I use myself as an example. But reason why I can't date a woman that smokes marijuana, number one, we're gonna start here. And this may not be, and this of course it's something that probably wouldn't be an issue with a woman, but for me, it's an issue. I don't sell weed. So if you're gonna be getting weed, there's a good chance you're not going to the dispensary and get it. There's a good chance you're not getting it medically. So you gotta go to somebody in the hood or meet up with some dude to get it. Number two, I was a drug dealer once, and I know how those things work. A lot of time, women get drugs, and you might think that, and they not paying with money. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna move right along on that one. Number three, and this is what I'm telling her. Number three, anytime somebody is smoking weed, I understand. I smoked weed for 20 years, so nobody can tell me nothing about weed. You know, when you smoke weed, a lot of time food tastes better. Everything seems better, but what you're not understanding is you not conscious. You under the influence. And sometimes your judgment is off. Sometimes you make mistakes. You forget things. If you've been smoking long as I have, you know I'm not lying. Your memory, your brain, it's every time you smoking, you frying your brain cells. And this stuff, people may not believe it, but it has long term. Well, I know my grandpa's still smoking weed, but what your grandpa doing in life? And I do not want to hear about Snoop Dogg, and I do not want to hear about Wiz Khalifa, and I do not want to hear about Willie Nelson and all the other rich celebrities that smoke weed. I don't care what they doing. What is your life? How's your life? Where are you at in life? Weed takes drive. Weed takes it makes you lazy. It makes you lazy. And I know I always have people, oh, weed make me focus. No, you think me weed making you focus. But I guarantee you, weed inhale you back. Even if it didn't, even if it didn't, if it, even it didn't, even if it didn't inhale you back from life, and you got a good position you smoking, I guarantee you remain stagnant. Not to mention, you spent so much money when you smoke weed, especially the stuff people smoke today, the high grade stuff. You paying a bill every month that you don't even have to pay. You paying a bill every month that you don't even have to pay. And of course, in her situation, this guy is of course gonna be funding his own marijuana habit, but it's just so many things. They ever get pulled over, soon as the cop smell weed, he automatically got reason to search. Now, y'all getting pulled out of the car all in front of the traffic, embarrassed. Y'all law-abiding citizen. Both her and her boyfriend, they got job, they law-abiding citizen. Smoking weed is just, then you travel, you want to bring the weed with you, and if you don't, because your body's so used to weed, you can't eat, you can't sleep without it, so you all in a whole another foreign country, or you all in another city looking for weed, which can bring a list of issues of its own. You a weed head, you a weed addict, right? And so I wouldn't tell my daughter, and neither would I date anybody who smoke weed, because I've been a weed head before. People that smoke weed like to talk about crackhead, like to talk about people that do other drugs, but they know better, because weed people, they wake and bake, they sleep and bake, they got us bake all throughout the day. They weed addicts, just as well as a crack gotta have his crack, a cocaine head gotta have his cocaine, and anything else. So I told her, like I say, I'm not telling you what to do. Try to work it out and see if he can quit, because if he loves you that much to know that it bothers you that much, he will quit, right? It might not be easy, but it'll be the best thing for both of y'all. And the thing about it is this. She moved forward with that guy. Now, I gave just a few things that can happen. If she moved forward with this guy, it's so much other thing that can go wrong because he smoked weed. Because I know we like to make it like weed is innocent and it's no big deal. That's because that's how it's being pushed on Americans, because they want to keep y'all asleep, especially you, black man. But that's another story for another day. And so we have to, and that's just one small subject about what I'm about to play in this video and what I'm about to speak on. We date people sometimes, and like I said, it's things that we can compromise about. It's certain things that we can compromise and be optimistic about, But some things, it just is what it is. You mean to tell me you mess with a guy, you know this guy, you know him from around the city, you know he's a drug dealer, so you mess with him, and now either he done got you in some foolishness or he done lost his life, and y'all got a baby together, and now it's permanent damage now. because now this child don't have a father, whether he be dead in the streets or he dead in jail. If you want to have fun with these type of dudes, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do, make sure you use a condom, because you know they're not gonna be around long, whether it be on the street or even alive. Second, you mess with this dude. He got 6 baby mamas around town. You know all 6 of them. You get with him and you think he gonna change for you. Yes, that is a possibility, but it's a slim possibility. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. The needle is there, but it's hard to find. Same thing for you brothers. You find this girl in a strip club. You end up having sex with her, whether it be pay or transaction or whatever, and you get serious, you fall for her, and you expect her to change. Take my word for it. I've been there, done that. Nobody can change a whole wife, a hoe into a housewife, but Jesus. Until this woman go to Jesus, fall on her face, and ask for the Holy Spirit to enter her body, she is not going to change her ways. You setting yourself up to get hurt. And so why would you even play with yourself like that? Say, well, you know what? I'm going to date this thot or this strip or whatever, and I'm going to try to change her. It does not work like that. You cannot do that. Only the person who created her can do that. The manufacturer is the only person that can work on that vehicle. So I'm saying all that to say and even in friendship, it's the same thing with friendship. A lot of time we'll overlook small things, and then when they turn to something big, we overreact. And when we had the signs there at the beginning. Now, whatever this woman goes through in her life with this dude, that be a byproduct of him smoking weed, and now they got children together, they married, they got stuff invested, so it's not easy for her to just walk away. She gonna always think about what I told her. She always gonna think about, listen, I had an opportunity to walk away. We didn't have no children, nothing invested, no house together, no more, nothing together. But I overlooked that he smoked weed because he had a lot of other good qualities, right? And now all this then came behind him smoking weed. Even if it be in the long run his lungs in effect, and he deal with sicknesses about that, you gonna have to be in the hospital with him. All because you had the signs at the beginning, but you overlooked the sign, and now you either stuck or a situation take place and they compound it, and now you want to overreact. And like I said, I was using her story as a backdrop, but I'm speaking in life. In life, when people, they got an old saying, I know everybody heard it, when people show you who they are, believe them. And either accept them for that and understand accept them for that and accept the consequences, or move forward. Listen, man, if you in the street, if you trapping, you scamming, you doing any type of illegal activity for money, listen, you gonna have the women, you gonna have the nice things and the jewelry and all that there. But you gotta understand, when you do that, and the people that's in that lifestyle, I hope they understand that eventually you gotta pay the piper. What is the piper? Going to prison or being killed, and or being robbed. This is what comes with that. Now, if you want to sign a dotted line and say, okay, I'm going to accept that because I get this, if the risk better than the reward, hey, go for it, my brother or my sister. But I'm saying we have to be understanding of things. We have to understand what we getting ourselves into, whether it be a friendship or a relationship. And we need to make a decision, not because we lonely. Sometimes waiting for the right person can take a little longer, but it will save you from low vibrational experiences and people. And so I'm going to let this brother say what he going to say, and I'm going to finish my commentary when he finished.
Stop making excuses for you to be work a little bit longer. You may have to go to sleep alone a couple nights. There's nothing that's going to be worth having that's not going to be a little bit rough to get to, because everybody's not going to get it. Like, it's a narrow path you're going down. You trying to have real happiness. Some shit that a lot of people don't get. It's not going to be easy to get. But what I'm saying is, don't waste your time on some shit that you know ain't going to work. Because you're going to start building a house on this bullshit ass foundation. You might get all the way up to the roof and the house be good for about 2 years. But then that shit fall the fuck down and everything that the fuck you had in the house, now that's gone. Now you have to start all the way back over to where you was at zero. Now you at negative 100. Now you got to dig out of a hole instead of start from, you know what I'm saying, ground zero. We got to stop trying to make something out of nothing. We got to stop trying to make something out of something that's not there. So, Billy, I don't reason stop making it.
Yeah, and he spoke about a lot of things in that 2 minutes. Even like he said, it, you know even when it's something that you building successfully, sometimes you gotta make a decision, man. Even if it's something dealing with business, what is this gonna do in the long run? How is this gonna affect me in the long run? But going back to what I was saying, and as you see in this backdrop, it's a black man, a black woman with her afro. Um, and that's what I'm all about. I want to make black love great again. We need to come together back as a black community, because like I said, dating outside our race and all this going back and forth on podcasts, and that's not helping anything. That's a circular conversation about what the black woman doing wrong, what the black man doing wrong. The black man, look, you the head. You set the precedent. If you start getting yourself together, fixing yourself, the black women gonna automatically follow because they want to be with they black men. Let's be honest about it. They want to be with they black men, and the black men we want to be with you black women. But there's a lot of times, not me, but some dude they just settle for a white woman, or the black women settle for a white man. And like I said, go look at my video about interracial couples. Why I'm against that, of course, there's many reasons, but one of the main reasons is when you reproduce with another race, you didn't compromise your bloodline. The bloodline have been. We don't need that. We need to, because I mean, we killing each other at a record pace. We aborting our babies at a record pace. We being killed by other forces in the world, but I'm not gonna say by a record pace, but it is happening. I mean, we got to do something. So we got to bring more babies in the world, black babies, and we got to make black love great again. And until that happens, all this financial literacy and financial wealth and black rulership and all that coming, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we have to bring back the black unit for that to even be started, right? And so, that's why you have all these issues, because a lot of people date people and then they see the red flags when at the point where they see the red flags at the point when there's nothing to lose at that point. They ain't got no babies. They ain't got nothing together financially. They can just walk away. But what they think is, oh, I'm going to fix this person. You didn't create that person, so you can't fix that person. Only person can fix it is the manufacturer, and that's the Most High. And until they turn to the Most High for help, they can't be fixed. Now, like I said, when I'm talking about deal, I'm not talking about how somebody look. If you're not attracted to that person ain't gonna magically get attracted. So it doesn't matter what they have. Don't waste your time, because all you do is gonna set yourself up for bad luck. Because if you call yourself dating them for money and you use them for their money, whether it be a man or a woman, and you use them and you date somebody that you dating for convenience or whatever, you're not dating them to love that person and to feed their soul. Anything else you dating for the wrong reasons, and nothing but wrong come from wrong, right? And so, and it will come. One thing about it, you reap what you sow, right? So we gotta learn in our community. Let's find somebody that we love, we sexually attracted to, and somebody that feed our soul. Forget everything else. And ladies, I'm not telling you to date no bum, but all these, oh, I'm not dating a woman if she got this, or what she bring to the table, or women, I'm not dating him if he do this or if he do that. Listen, find somebody who feed your soul, who gonna love you, and you gonna love back, and accept you for who you is, and you accept him for who he is, and bring back the family unit in the black community. Because until then, we not gonna nothing gonna happen. It's nobody else's fault. It's not the white, the Jew, nobody's fault. It's our fault at this point. And until we bring back our family unit, the nuclear family, the black man with the black woman, and give each other our crown back, we ain't nothing gonna happen, man. So I thank y'all for watching this video, and God bless.